Maplewood Manor stood on a hill overlooking the town. It was once grand, a symbol of opulence and elegance. Now it was decaying, a shadow of its former self. The paint peeled off in long, curling strips, revealing the weathered wood beneath. Shutters hung by rusty hinges, creaking ominously in the wind. They were barely attached, swaying with each gust as if they might fall off at any moment. The windows were dark eyes, hollow and empty. They seemed to watch the town below, observing silently. They seemed to judge as if they held secrets of the past. Locals whispered about Maplewood Manor. They spoke in hushed tones, sharing tales of its eerie past and the strange occurrences that surrounded it. They said it was haunted. Stories of ghostly apparitions and unexplained phenomena were passed down through generations. They told stories of strange noises echoing through the halls at night, cold spots that would chill you to the bone, even in the height of summer, and a feeling of being watched. Many who ventured near the manor felt an unsettling presence, as if unseen eyes were following their every move. Most people avoided the old house. They steered clear of its overgrown path and crumbling facade. But not Lily. Lily was new in town. She had recently moved to the small community, seeking a fresh start. She was drawn to the mystery of Maplewood Manor. The stories intrigued her, and she felt a strange pull towards the old house. She felt a connection to the old house. It called to her, whispering secrets that only she could hear. She had to see inside. The curiosity was too strong to resist. One afternoon, she walked up the overgrown path. The air grew colder with each step she took, as if the house itself was reacting to her presence. A shiver ran down her spine. She paused for a moment, feeling the weight of the house's history pressing down on her. Lily reached the front door. It was old and weathered, with intricate carvings that hinted at its former grandeur. It creaked open as if inviting her in. The sound echoed through the empty halls, a haunting welcome to the mysteries that lay within. Eliza had been the most beautiful bride in town. Her beauty was the talk of the village, with her radiant smile and sparkling eyes that seemed to hold 1,000 secrets. Everyone admired her grace and elegance, and she was the epitome of what every young girl aspired to be. Her wedding day dawned bright and sunny. The sky was a perfect shade of blue, and the birds sang melodious tunes, as if celebrating the joyous occasion. The manor was adorned with flowers of every color, their fragrance filling the air with a sense of festivity and anticipation. Excitement filled the air at Maplewood Manor. Guests arrived in their finest attire, their faces beaming with happiness and excitement. The staff bustled about, ensuring every detail was perfect for the grand event. The atmosphere was electric, filled with laughter, chatter, and the clinking of glasses. Eliza was about to marry the man of her dreams. She stood before the mirror, her heart racing with a mix of joy and nervousness. Her dress was a masterpiece of lace and satin, and she held a bouquet of her favorite flowers. But then tragedy struck. Eliza vanished without a trace. The bridal room, once filled with laughter and excitement, now stood eerily silent. Her dress hung untouched, a haunting reminder of the day that was supposed to be. One minute she was there, her face glowing with happiness. The next minute she was gone, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and broken hearts. The next minute she was gone. The garden, once vibrant with life and celebration, now felt desolate and abandoned. The decorations seemed to mock the joy that had vanished with Eliza. Some whispered of a jealous rival. Rumors spread like wildfire, each more outlandish than the last. Was it an envious bridesmaid, a spurned lover? The town was rife with speculation. Others spoke of cold feet. They wondered if Eliza had second thoughts, if the pressure of the perfect wedding had become too much for her. The groom, standing nervously at the altar, was left in a state of shock and disbelief, but no one ever knew the truth. The guests, once filled with joy, now stood in confusion and sorrow. The day that was meant to be a celebration had turned into a mystery that would haunt the town for years to come. Eliza was never seen again. The bridal room remained untouched, a ghostly reminder of the bride who had vanished. The garden, once a place of beauty, now felt like a forgotten dream. Over the years, her story became a local legend. Newspapers chronicled the mysterious disappearance, and her tale was passed down through generations. The manor, once a place of joy, now held a somber air. People said her spirit haunted Maplewood Manor. They spoke of eerie sightings and unexplained phenomena. The manor, shrouded in fog, became a place of intrigue and fear. They claimed she was searching for something she had lost, something precious. Some said it was her lost love, others believed it was a piece of her soul. Whatever it was, Eliza's spirit remained a haunting presence, a reminder of the bride who vanished on her wedding day. A storm raged outside. The night was dark and foreboding, with the sky illuminated only by the occasional flash of lightning. Thunder rumbled in the distance, echoing through the vast expanse of the manor grounds. Rain lashed against the windows, creating a rhythmic yet chaotic symphony. Each drop seemed to strike with a purpose, as if trying to break through the glass and invade the sanctuary within. Wind howled through the eaves, its mournful wail adding to the eerie atmosphere. The trees outside swayed violently, their branches scratching against the walls like skeletal fingers. Lily wandered through the darkened rooms of Maplewood Manor. She felt a presence. Someone was watching her. She entered the parlor. Dust covered the furniture. The air was thick with the scent of decay and neglect, and every step she took stirred up clouds of dust that danced in the beam of her flashlight. Cobwebs hung from the chandelier, their delicate threads glistening in the dim light. They seemed to be the only things that had thrived in the manor's long abandonment. A chill ran down her spine. The air grew heavy. It was as if the very walls were closing in on her, suffocating her with their oppressive silence. She could hear her own heartbeat, loud and frantic in the stillness. Lily felt a wave of sadness wash over her. It was a deep, aching sorrow that seemed to emanate from the very heart of the manor. She could almost hear the echoes of past laughter and joy, now long gone. It was as if someone was crying. Suddenly she saw her. A ghostly figure materialized before her eyes, shimmering like a mirage in the gloom. A figure stood by the window. The silhouette was faint but unmistakable, framed by the rain-streaked glass and the storm raging outside. A young woman in a white dress. Her gown was old-fashioned, flowing and ethereal, as if she had stepped out of another time. Her face was pale and beautiful. There was an otherworldly quality to her features, a haunting beauty that was both captivating and unsettling. Her eyes were filled with sadness. They seemed to hold 1,000 untold stories, each one more tragic than the last. Lily felt an overwhelming urge to reach out to comfort this lost soul, but she was rooted to the spot, paralyzed by a mixture of fear and fascination.
Who are you?
Don't be afraid.
Her voice was soft and sweet, like the tinkling of tiny bells.
My name is Lily. What happened to you?
My name is Eliza, and this was my home.
Lily's heart pounded in her chest. She stared at the figure. The woman was translucent. A faint glow surrounded her. Lily realized the truth. She was looking at a ghost. Lily felt a surge of compassion for Eliza. She could sense the sadness that clung to the ghost.
What happened to you?
Lily asked gently. Eliza turned away and gazed out the window at the storm.
I was supposed to be married, but I vanished on my wedding day. No one ever knew what became of me.
Lily listened intently, feeling drawn to Eliza's story. She wanted to help.
Do you know what happened?
Eliza shook her head sadly.
I don't remember, but my heart is filled with a deep sadness, a longing for something I cannot reach.
Lily decided to help Eliza. She felt a connection to the ghost and wanted to help her find peace.
Maybe we can figure out what happened together.
Eliza turned to Lily. A flicker of hope shone in her eyes.
Do you really think so?
Lily spent the next few days researching. She went to the library, read old newspapers, and talked to the town historian. Slowly, she pieced together the events of Eliza's life. Lily discovered a secret. Eliza had been secretly meeting with a young man from the neighboring town. Their families were rivals. They forbade the relationship. On her wedding day, Eliza had planned to elope with her true love, but she never made it. Lily found an old newspaper article. It reported a tragic accident. A carriage had plunged into the river during a storm. The driver and passenger were never found. Lily realized with a heavy heart that Eliza had died on her way to meet her lover.
Eliza, I found out what happened. There was an accident on your wedding day. Your true love, he was with you.
Tears streamed down Eliza's face, but they were not tears of sadness. They were tears of release.
For the first time in over a century, I know what happened. I am finally free from the sadness that bound me to Maplewood Manor.
A warm light filled the parlor. The air felt lighter. Eliza smiled at Lily.
Thank you. You have given me a gift beyond measure.
Eliza's form began to fade. She was finally at peace.
I must go now, but I will never forget your kindness.
Lily watched as Eliza disappeared. The parlor was silent. The storm outside had stopped. Sunlight streamed through the windows. Maplewood Manor no longer felt dark and oppressive. It felt peaceful. It felt like a place where love could endure, even after death. Lily left Maplewood Manor that day. She knew she would never forget Eliza. She'd helped the ghost find peace, and she had learned a valuable lesson about the power of love and forgiveness. The old mansion stood on the hill, a testament to a love story that had ended in tragedy, but now, thanks to Lily, it was also a place of peace, a place where the ghost of a bride could finally rest. The end.